That's right, ladies and gents, today's video is sponsored by me, Mr. H. I am making my own H.P. Lovecraft horror film. Check out the GoFundMe link down below if you want to support independent and original film, and of course, H.P. Lovecraft and horror films. Breaking Lights is an exploration of depression, suicide, and mental health, and using that and H.P. Lovecraft as an allegory to explore that narrative. So check it out, the link down below. With that being said, on with today's video. Hello, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So I thought we'd dive into this because there's been a hot topic, been lots of rumours and rumblings circulating thanks to Grace Randolph saying that Pedro Pascal was basically a diva on set and he's going to be canned. And then I think Doomcock followed it up, and then I think Midnight's Edge followed it up. I did some reports on it and I just said, I just think it's all total nonsense, to be perfectly honest. I can't see why someone would throw away a good gig like The Mandalorian. But that was just my initial thoughts. And so because of all of that, now we get a big article with Variety. And it is a big article. They discuss Pedro Pascal, Jon Favreau. It's going to be a Mandalorian movie. What's going on with Star Wars in general. I thought I'd dive into it. So I'll leave the article link down below and we can read through it together. But this is interesting, right? So less than a week after Pedro Pascal wrapped production on Season 2 of The Mandalorian, the entire entertainment industry and much of the world effectively shut down because of COVID. So coronavirus, of course. And then we get some just sort of opening statements, I guess, from Pascal. Bearing in mind, Pascal has now since come out and confirmed that he was in the costume an awful lot more in Season 2, so that I guess kind of debunks all the rumours as well. So Pedro Pascal says, I didn't really stop to consider the pandemic because unfortunately the news has for me been causing alarm in so many different ways that it was just another version of that. Makes sense. I mean, how much do we hear just bad news non-stop? We never hear good news, do we? Sadly. Side note, I'm trying to bring some more balance back to the channel now, hence being, you know, some better news here and there. I can't say that I totally didn't see it coming because unconsciously I sort of snapped to it in a way that must have been somewhat prepared. What I wasn't prepared for is 6 months. So that was obviously to do with the sort of lack of filming and things like that. Now, so Pascal slips into the character's signature helmet once more. Obviously, it's releasing October 30th. So in a few days, which, well, 2 weeks, which I'll be reviewing here on the channel, just like I did last season. I reviewed it weekly and I had a really good time with it. Now, Jon Favreau told Variety that The Mandalorian is on schedule to start production on Season 3 of the series before the end of the year. Great. That's really, really good news. I guess that's afforded to them because they do a lot of filming, obviously not massively on location, in big light rooms, big LED rooms. They build the sets out of that nowadays. So you don't need an awful lot of people there, and you can actually restrict distance and things like that. So that's quite cool. Now obviously they've got to wait for Pedro Pascal to finish shooting on a feature film, which is called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, with Nicolas Cage, which does look very, very funny, FYI. We're operating under the assumption that we'll be able to go forward. So they're just going, we're ready to go, let's hope that we can, which makes perfect sense. He noted that the innovative production technique pioneered for The Mandalorian, with wall-sized video panels for location backdrops, puts the show in a unique position within the industry. So just like I said, it's all the LED technology, it really helps out. We're in very small situations, and oftentimes we have a lot of characters in masks. And we also have a lot of digital work that augments things. So we're a show that's probably well equipped to be flexible based on the protocols that are emerging surrounding work restarting. They've almost like future-proofed themselves inadvertently, completely by accident, which is, again, good because I quite like The Mandalorian and I don't want it to stop. Like, I do actually like it. Okay, now this part of the interview and article, not an awful lot there, to be perfectly honest. It does say that in February's earnings call, Disney's then CEO Bob Iger said that after the Season 2 premiere of The Mandalorian, future seasons will include the possibility of infusing the show with more characters and the possibility of taking those characters in their own direction in terms of the series. Basically, lots of spin-off shows was what Bob Iger was teasing, I guess you could say. Now, Jon Favreau was actually asked about this directly, and this was last month. He said, "I love the world of Star Wars because on the one hand, there's a familiarity with this subgenre, but there's also a tremendous amount of flexibility of which way you can go and genres you could explore within that subgenre. As we're meeting new characters and as we're starting to hit our stride from a production standpoint with how this technology can be used, we are beginning to explore where we could go." That's not too bad. Favreau did allow that the faster metabolism of TV production meant Lucasfilm can be more responsive to audience sentiment about the show, and we could start to expand what we're doing and our ambitions about what characters we want to follow, which further compounds the sort of rumours that Cara Dune was going to get her own spin-off show, which, yeah, I'd be interested in that, I guess, to a certain degree. I thought the character was quite good. Gina Carano, quite likeable as well as an actor, so yeah, I'd like to see that. Why not? If it's good, it's good. The thing is, if it's bad, and, you know, it'll be hung out to dry. Now, he touches on some bunch of bits and bobs with respect to Marvel and things like that. Not an awful lot that I want to discuss with that there. However, he does move on, and this is where, again, it's interesting. So he goes, the first Disney Plus series produced by Marvel Studios, WandaVision, with Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, is due to premiere later this year, with several more to follow in 2021, and Marvel chief Kevin Feige has said that their storylines will intertwine with Marvel Studios' theatrical features. Could the same happen with Mandalorian? So this is touching on a rumour of multiple spin-off shows, and this is why I wanted to touch on this bit specifically and also just lead into that. Now, he says, and I quote, "The line is blurring now. Things that you would have only seen in the movie theatre, you're seeing on streaming. And I think it could go the other way as well." So, is that teasing Mandalorian as a movie? The line is blurring. Things that you would have only seen in the movie theatre, you're seeing on streaming. And I think it could go the other way as well. Is that teasing a movie? It sounds like it is. Or something like that anyway. Now, whether that means Pascal's tight-lipped bounty hunter could end up on a movie screen remains a tantalising, if uncertain, possibility. Favreau said he's in no rush to push the show beyond a streaming service, but we're definitely open to it, he said, and excited to see where the story leads us and have that flexibility because there's no rule book now. Technology is always offering new opportunities to tell stories in a fresh way. It's a very exciting time to be doing this, and I feel very grateful that we're able to be, work remotely because of the nature of technology that we're dealing with. So we're continuing to try to move forward and keep the ball rolling, even though it's been a challenging time for everyone. And apparently Pascal, the actor, said that he would love to make a Mandalorian movie, and he's heard no discussions as of now, basically. So he said, "I think that the work is so beautiful that I would love for that to be held by a big screen experience. Awesome. But it seems to work so well that also I'm not sure it's something that I would want corrupted by any kind of change, you know? I mean, I certainly know that the challenge can be met. It's not like these people don't have the experience. If anyone can do it, they can." So there you go. I would say a lot of this dispels those rumours. Personally, I know there'll be lots of people that will go, no, it doesn't debunk anything. But I think it does. And I think the fact that, he's been on set a lot more, he's happy, they're all talking about future shows, season 3 is literally ready to start shooting before the end of the year. That's a great sign. It doesn't sound like they're slowing down the production of this anytime soon. And it does sound, by the sounds of it, they want to keep the production going, i.e. they release the series, they're ready to start shooting the other whilst it is still being released and it's still floating around, and then they get them out every single fall, like a Halloween thing, I guess you could say. It's what it sounds like. But let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. I like The Mandalorian. Do you? Personally, I'm happy with it. It's the only thing that Lucasfilm's doing at the moment, which is good. And it pains me to say it because it's Disney, but I'm happy to give them props when they do actually make something good. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Mr. H. Take care.